Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook. Sign up now for a $20 free bet. Just use the code IFLTV24. Sign up now. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Joe Pugh for IFL TV, joined here at the Knockout Chaos press conference. Looks like a man who's been knocking a few people out with a new haircut, mate. Double hard, isn't it?
I could not knock anyone out, mate. I'm not. Although the haircut may make me look a bit tougher, it's definitely not worked out, mate. What is that new logo on here?
New sponsor. Shout out Wall Street Casinos.
Wall Street. New logo. Interesting new logo. Like it? Yeah.
Like it? Like new hair. I actually quite like it, mate.
Appreciate it.
I know my opinion means a lot to you.
No, I was hoping I'd come here and no one would recognise me, to be honest with you, mate.
But no, you've got a queue as long as my arm of interviews. But let's get straight to it. Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. Got a little bit intense up there. It felt quite a good vibe between two massive men.
Two big units.
Yeah, proper.
Big units. Look, this is a massive fight, and when it comes around, I think it's going to be, one of the biggest fights out there. Two guys. We all saw what Francis Ngannou did against Tyson Fury, and that's why we're seeing this fight. Because he put himself in a position to be involved in the big fights. But I believe AJ's on a different level, and I believe he's going to show that come March 8th.
I'll ask you the same question as I asked Eddie just a few minutes ago. Do you think that Ngannou is a riskier fight than the likes of Wallin, Franklin, Helenia since this comeback trial?
I honestly think any fight at this kind of level of heavyweight boxing, they've all got their own risks. Everyone has their own, strengths. Ngannou is that he punches very, very hard, as we've seen. But I believe the activity of Anthony Joshua is going to be key. This is his fourth fight in 11 months. But he's not in the sport for easy fights. He's in the sport to be the best. And I think he wants to become a world champion again, but right now those belts are tied up. So this is the biggest fight out there to be made.
How much confidence does it fill you with when you hear His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh saying that he wants to make the winner of this fight against the winner of Fury Usyk a clear outline of the biggest fights, when it's so rare we see that?
Yeah, 100%. Look, the Fury AJ fight is a fight that's been spoken about for a long, long time, and it's great to see that he wants to deliver those fights, and I'm not surprised. Look at the fights he has delivered. Look at the fights he's talking about. His Excellency's done an amazing job. And another fight he mentioned up there was Beterbiev Bivol for June. And that's an amazing fight for the sport. It's great to see, and long may it continue, because it's what we need. It's what the sport needs. It needs the biggest fights. And Saudi Arabia Riyadh season has been a massive part of that. And the sport will continue to thrive and grow as long as they're involved.
How important is it for Anthony Joshua to do a better job than Tyson Fury done against Ngannou?
Look, everyone, he gets compared in everything he does, and he's got, people making have got their view about what, Anthony Joshua's career in everything he's done. I don't think he's the kind of person that will himself go in there thinking about, I need to do X, Y, Z, because every fight's a different fight. I think you're going to see an even better performance from Anthony Joshua this time around than you even saw in the Wallin fight. I think the Ben Davison link-up's been great for him. I think you're going to keep seeing improvements, and I think you're going to see a big finish from him.
Another thing that His Excellency said up there was this 5v5 Matchroom versus Queensberry show. That'd be something huge, wouldn't it?
Massive. Back in the day when you said that, it could have been Eddie and Frank, me and George, but now we're all getting on. It's we'll do it actually with the boxers, but there's some massive fights to be made, and it's hopefully we can do that, because it'll be big for the sport. There'll be a lot of buy-in from the fans, I'm sure. People have been calling that for a long time, and we'll go to work and see what's possible.
Putting you on the spot, but any big fights come to mind?
I'm not getting involved, because I'll say something and then say that it didn't happen. So I'm not the boxing brain. I'll just make sure the numbers all stack up, don't I?
Last one. Have you had a chance to read the Times article about the boxer and their kind of affiliation with Amazon Majid?
Not in too much detail. No, I landed back this morning. I've been on holiday. I've tried to escape boxing as much as possible. Didn't do too well. Can't get away from it, but no, not too much detail. Look, it's not for me to comment on. I'm sure someone will have the joy of having to respond to that.
Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook. Sign up now for a $20 free bet. Just use the code IFLTV24. Sign up now. Terms and conditions apply.